Welcome to Mount Holyoke College. One piece of common ground on which the entire community stands is access to the Internet. Let's step onto that common ground with an overview of the connection process. This overview guides new students as well as returning students bringing brand new computers to campus through the process. We'll look at what you need to get started, things you can do from home, things that will happen when you're on campus, and what to do if you need help. So what do you need to get started? Every process needs some prep. What will you need? Things that you should have on hand are your Mount Holyoke College username and password. You should have a computer that has not been previously registered on the Mount Holyoke College network. You should have all of the CDs and DVDs that came with your computer. If you need to seek help from LIT staff, if something goes wrong, they'll need to have access to those CDs. And you'll need to be on campus. That's the most important thing. Each computer connected to the Mount Holyoke College network for the very first time gets a temporary Mount Holyoke College internet address called an IP address that allows access to on-campus links. Any computer that does not display that address to our system cannot have access to the registration links. That means that you can't do most of this process from home. What can you do from home then? Well, the first thing you can do is check to make sure that your Mount Holyoke username and password are working. Another thing you can do is check to make sure that your operating system updates are up to date. For Windows systems, open Internet Explorer, go to the Tools menu, and select Windows Updates and follow the instructions. For Macintosh systems, go to the Apple menu in the upper left corner and select Software Updates and follow the instructions there. There are some other steps you can take to protect your computer. Most computers come with at least a trial version of antivirus software installed. But if your trial period is over, your software may have stopped working. Even though you will have to remove any antivirus software from your computer before installing Mount Holyoke's version of McAfee, for your own security, you should have some working antivirus software installed. Most Internet service providers offer free antivirus protection. Use it. It's also a good idea to make sure you protect your system from spyware and malware, as well as viruses, even before you arrive on campus. The LITS blog provides good information about protecting your system against these threats. Spyware is little bits of information stored on your computer that report your Internet use. Malware is malicious software that might be downloaded to your system. The blog suggests some strategies, and the LITS technology support pages direct you to websites that offer free software to aid in that protection. These support pages are great guides for keeping your computer running safely on the Internet, so start protecting your system now. Now you're on campus and you can't get to any sites except those at Mount Holyoke. What's next? It's time to get your system registered. 6 steps is all it takes, but each is important. Don't skip any steps. You will uninstall existing antivirus software, install Mount Holyoke College's version of McAfee, get acquainted with the network use policies, provide some basic information about your system, complete the registration checklist, and finally, run the Bradford process. If you are registering a computer on the Mount Holyoke College network for the very first time, it's now time to remove any existing antivirus software from your system, Mac or PC, including home versions of McAfee. Instructions for removing antivirus software can be found at this webpage. A reminder, if you are a returning student who is using the same previously registered computer and you did not remove Mount Holyoke's version of McAfee, you may skip this step. Your first task is to ensure that you can get to Mount Holyoke websites. If you will use a wireless connection, these steps are best completed in your residence hall. Make sure your wireless adapter is on and that you are connected to one of the LionNet available wireless networks. The password, if requested, is Mary Lion, all lowercase, no spaces. Otherwise, plug your Ethernet cable in any available port. Once on this page, please do not select Register as Guest, as this may delay your permanent registration and will only allow limited off-campus access. After selecting Registration System, you'll be directed to a familiar page. Log in and follow each step in order and completely. If you skip a step, your registration may fail. Make sure your operating system updates are complete. Make sure your McAfee virus definitions have been updated. Keep in mind that some of these steps take a while to process. Please be patient. Be sure to check each item in the checklist. If you do not, when you click the link to go to the next step, you will find you are not able to proceed until the checklist is complete. If all is well, the next step will direct you to get the Bradford agent, and when that software has been downloaded, the last step of the process will begin. The Bradford agent installs software on your computer that will make sure your computer is safe to run on our network. When that check has been made and your system has successfully passed all the checkpoints, your computer will be registered and you will have off-campus access. Again, this process may take a while, so be patient. Sometimes the registration fails, but in that case, the Bradford process gives you the specific reason for the failure. Most times it is because operating system updates were not done, or because McAfee antivirus software was not installed, or the definitions were not updated. These are all steps that you were asked to complete earlier. You will need to go back in that case, fix whatever caused the failure, then run the process again, and your registration will happen. After you're directed to the Mount Holyoke homepage, if you enter an off-campus address and you go back to the original Registering for Network Use page, restart your computer and try again to get an off-campus address. Thank you for taking the time to find common ground with us. If you still need help, the next section will let you know how to reach us. Happy surfing! Okay, this isn't working. Okay, I have just one question. Okay, I have a lot of questions. Help! If you've tried to get registered, but something is still not right, help is really close at hand, particularly at the beginning of the semester. During orientation days, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Labor Day, staff can help you in the Information Commons on the 4th floor of Miles Smith from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. We really want to make this common ground accessible for you, so please don't hesitate. We are happy to help.